So, my name is Hank Clemens. I am a volunteer with the Long Island Living History Association as well as the Museum of American Armor. My background is military and law enforcement. I am retired from both. And today, at our timeline, I am hitting a display about the Belgian Army in World War I. And I have multiple levels of the display and different timelines of the display. What I'm wearing now is a late war Belgian uniform, but let's backtrack a little bit and let's take a look at the beginning, which is just over here. If you look at this uniform, there's not much difference from this uniform and a Napoleonic or Civil War, U.S. Civil War type uniform. It's wool with a kepi, canvas trousers, black boots, no pockets, very simple. This is the uniform that the Belgian army began World War I in, fighting up against a much more modernized and better equipped German army. If you look over here, you can see an early war knapsack covered with bearskin, which would not be strange to be found on a Napoleonic battlefield. So the technology in Belgium had not really advanced too far. The only thing that they did have on a modern level was a modern bolt-action rifle, and this is a Fabrique Nationale model of 1889, which is what the Belgian army carried throughout World War I. After the initial attacks by the Germans, the Belgians found themselves with greater than 90% of their country completely occupied. Cities occupied, civilians evacuated, no industry, everybody devastated. But the Belgians held on to a very small part of their country for the duration of the war, and they never, ever gave up. They never surrendered, and they kept that one part of their country for the entire war. However, that meant completely reorganizing, re-equipping, and rearming and retraining their entire army for modern warfare. While they had no industry, they had nothing left, so they relied on their allies, primarily the French and the British, to help re-equip them. So when we look at a Belgian helmet from later in the war, and this would be from 1916 on, this is a French Adrian helmet, simply colored in the Belgian color with the Belgian lion head emblem on it. Otherwise, it is essentially a French helmet. We look at the gas mask. This is a gas mask container, and inside is a late war gas mask, also French manufacture and issued to the Belgian army. Other things they modernized on their own. For example, this is a more modern version of a backpack with a blanket and food tin. Food tin modeled after the French. The backpack was their own. And then a haversack with a canteen, also modeled after the French. And then we come to the uniform itself. The French, their uniforms were horizon blue. The British used khaki. The Belgian army, such as was left of it, was in the very northwest corner of the country, very close to the English coast, as well as most of their evacuees of military age were evacuated into England. So the Belgian army adopted a khaki-colored uniform using English materials, and even the pocket patterns were based on the British. Differences being, though, their collars were colored, their sleeves were cut a little bit differently, and they had Belgian emblems on the buttons. Otherwise, the uniform itself was based on the English version. The boots that I'm wearing are English model boots from World War I, which the Belgians would have also worn. So, as you could see, staying in the war required a lot of assistance from multiple allies, but the Belgians managed to stay throughout the war and never surrendered. Their king, King Albert, stayed with them throughout the entire war, never left Belgium, fought on the front lines, was in the trenches with his troops, and unfortunately, ironically, died climbing rocks after the war, out adventuring. What do you think? Good? All right.